The world of Hollywood is no stranger to drama, but what unfolded recently behind closed doors has taken even seasoned insiders by surprise. Actress Blake Lively, known for her poised charm and meticulously polished public persona, has reportedly reached a breaking point, not on the red carpet, not in front of flashing cameras, but during a tense and emotionally charged legal deposition. This moment, raw and unfiltered, may change everything. Blake's legal showdown with actor-director Justin Baldoni has been quietly unfolding in the background, but the latest revelations have pushed it into the spotlight in an unexpected and deeply human way. According to multiple sources with knowledge of the deposition proceedings, what was supposed to be a controlled and professional testimony became a scene filled with emotion, pressure, and vulnerability. Blake, who entered the room with confidence and support from a seasoned legal team, was soon met with intense lines of questioning that forced her to address uncomfortable topics and clarify previous remarks. As the hours passed, she reportedly began to visibly struggle, her voice faltering, her body language shifting, and breaks being requested just to regain composure. What makes this moment all the more astonishing is not just Blake's emotional unraveling, but the reaction it triggered from the other side. In a surprising turn, Justin Baldoni, known for his compassionate public image and thoughtful approach to storytelling, was said to be deeply affected by Blake's vulnerability. Sources claim he has now begun to reconsider whether pursuing the case further is worth the emotional cost, with whispers of a possible dismissal spreading quickly among legal observers. Is this a turning point in a high-stakes legal saga, or the beginning of a larger story about accountability, empathy, and healing? In Hollywood, the lines between legal battle and personal crisis have blurred, and what's happening now goes far beyond contracts and courtrooms. This is about what happens when real emotions crack through a celebrity image, and how both parties, once thought to be adversaries, may now be searching for a way to move forward with dignity. Stay tuned, because this story is just beginning to unfold, and the fallout may lead to a decision that surprises everyone. The room was silent, thick with anticipation, as Blake Lively walked into the legal conference room for her deposition. What was meant to be a standard day of testimony quickly turned into a whirlwind of emotion, legal strategy, and whispered speculation. Sources close to the situation say Blake appeared confident at first, dressed in understated elegance, flanked by her legal team. But it didn't take long before cracks started to show. From the moment questioning began, it was evident that the deposition would test her emotionally. Her responses were initially composed, but certain questions triggered visible signs of strain. Topics related to communication between parties, alleged inconsistencies in previous statements, and behind-the-scenes pressures caused long pauses and noticeably shaken tones in her voice. Observers noted that Lively's carefully curated public image seemed to clash with the rigid and often emotionally charged nature of legal testimony. Though no outburst occurred, her demeanor reportedly changed drastically as the hours wore on, with some moments bordering on complete unraveling. Multiple insiders have come forward with claims that what viewers and media didn't see was even more intense. Behind the legal formalities, there were reported moments where Blake became visibly overwhelmed, requiring multiple breaks to compose herself. While nothing inappropriate occurred, it was evident to everyone present that the deposition was taking a personal toll. Some close to the situation have even suggested that Blake underestimated how thorough and emotionally taxing the legal process would be. This wasn't just a public dispute, it had become something deeply personal. Adding to the pressure, Justin Baldoni's legal team reportedly introduced documentation that brought new context to the ongoing dispute. Though specifics remain sealed due to privacy protections, the documents are said to have caused Blake's legal representatives to re-strategize mid-session. In a surprising twist, Justin Baldoni, who has largely remained composed and tight-lipped throughout the legal saga, reportedly expressed hesitation about continuing the case. After witnessing the emotional strain Blake faced during her deposition, Baldoni was said to be visibly moved, according to one attendee. Although no official decision has been made, whispers of a possible dismissal or settlement began circulating almost immediately after the deposition concluded. Baldoni reportedly told his team that winning doesn't always feel like victory, a comment that many interpret as a sign he may choose a more diplomatic route forward. This doesn't mean the situation is resolved, but it does suggest that the fallout has affected both parties more deeply than anticipated. The court of public opinion has been fierce on both sides, but in the legal room, it appears a different kind of reality has set in. As expected, media outlets rushed to cover the deposition with their own takes. Some headlines exaggerated emotional moments while others suggested there were heated exchanges, which legal observers deny. The actual environment was professional and tense but respectful. Still, with Blake's name trending and fan debates raging online, the gap between media narrative and legal reality continues to grow. Blake's supporters argue that she is being unfairly targeted while others claim the deposition exposed inconsistencies worth examining further. Meanwhile, Baldoni's reserved approach has earned him respect from those who value transparency and empathy, especially given his rumored openness to drop the case for the sake of emotional peace. But it's important to note, neither party has spoken publicly or directly addressed the media yet. Several legal analysts have shared their thoughts on the events surrounding the deposition. Most agree that while emotional reactions aren't unusual during intense testimony, the degree of strain reportedly shown by Blake is worth noting. Experts also believe that if Baldoni were to truly consider dismissing the case, he'd likely want some form of private agreement, possibly including a mutual non-disparagement clause. It's not just about dropping the case, it's about protecting both reputations. In a high-stakes Hollywood environment, others have commented on how rare it is for a deposition to cause such a potential pivot in legal direction. This case may not be about winning anymore, one attorney speculated. It might be about healing reputations and closing the door on something that got out of hand. As of now, no dismissal has been filed and no public statements have been made by either Blake Lively or Justin Baldoni. But insiders say the aftermath of the deposition has dramatically shifted the tone of the dispute. There are now conversations happening behind closed doors, not about how to win, but how to walk away without more damage. Blake's team, though rattled, remains dedicated. They are reportedly reviewing every word from the deposition, preparing for either continued litigation or negotiation. If a resolution can be reached, it may save both sides from more public scrutiny and emotional exhaustion. For Baldoni, sources say he's weighing the emotional impact against the legal merits. It's no longer about just the facts. It's about the feelings, the fallout, and whether continuing is worth it. Social media exploded after news of the deposition broke. Fans of both stars took to platforms like X and TikTok to share support, skepticism, and endless speculation. Hashtags like #BlakeDeposition and #BaldoniDecision began trending. Some celebrities have quietly offered support, though no major statements have been made. Subtle likes, reposts, and quiet follows have told their own story. Hollywood is watching carefully. This isn't just about two people in a dispute anymore. It's a reflection of how the industry handles emotional fallout and legal accountability. The recent developments surrounding Blake Lively's deposition have sent shockwaves through both the legal and entertainment communities. What started as a seemingly straightforward legal matter has evolved into a deeply emotional and human story, one marked by vulnerability, unexpected empathy, and a possible path toward reconciliation. Blake's emotional unraveling during the deposition was not a sign of weakness, but rather a reminder of how overwhelming public scrutiny and legal pressure can become. Even for someone accustomed to the spotlight, her responses, her demeanor, and the need for breaks all painted a picture of someone grappling with more than just legal questions. She was facing the weight of the narrative built around her. On the other side, Justin Baldoni's unexpected openness to possibly dismiss the case signals a rare moment of emotional intelligence in high-profile legal matters. Rather than pushing forward with an aggressive stance, his rumored consideration of walking away demonstrates that sometimes choosing peace is more powerful than proving a point.